All right, here we are the next day. Daryl's gone on vacation. Now we have Doug and Bob on the project. So we have a new user here. So under my application pull down, under options, we have a new user in here, Doug. Now, I've been a little bit careless up to this point because I'm just trying to get things going. There's another step that we should talk about is the file locations. What's happening is every time we create a new local file, it automatically puts it in this folder based on wherever you've set this. And we're going to browse and change this. So what happens is when you say create local file, it actually creates it and saves it and even creates a backup folder for it. So where you place it is important. And right now it's been kind of collecting in my documents here under Daryl. So watch, I am doing this all from one computer. So if I actually go over here to my Internet Explorer, look, there's Bob local files. There's the folder that I created to create my local file, and it created this backup inside of here. Okay, that's all part of Worksets. Now I'm going to go back again and back, and then if I scroll down, here's Daryl's local files. If you double click on there, you can see that I've got a local file and a bunch of backup files there as well. So I've been a little bit careless by not specifying that folder that I should be using here. So I'm just going to go back into my Revit. You see here under each user, okay, here's my user information. You should put a folder in here, and I'm going to browse to my documents, and inside of there I'm going to create a new folder. Right click, new folder, and I'm going to call it Doug local files. Click. And now I'm going to double click and specify that as my user folder. That's going to make a difference when I create my new local file. Watch. Hit OK. Here's Doug. He's new on the project. The first thing before Doug gets involved in the project, he goes in here, goes to his options, checks his name, checks his file locations to make sure that his local files are going somewhere. And then you can browse to pick a new one if you want. Okay. Now when you say open, and you go to open that folder on the Y drive, so we go opening our central file, Workset projects, gallery. Okay, there it is. Here's our create new file, and it says file name over here because we've picked it off over here. And now watch what happens. We hit open, and it opens that up, and it's also creating some local information already before we've even done our save. If I go back to here now, and I go into my documents and I sort by date modified here. If I go to Doug local files, look, there's already a file just by doing that called Central Gallery, and look at this, it's got all that information in there already without even having done a save. Okay, so let's minimize that. Now I'm inside of here, and I am going to do my save as. Doug's on the project, save as, project. Inside of here, he's going to call it Central Gallery Doug. Why not? Okay, I'll just leave it right as that. I could get rid of the central name if I want. I think I will. Okay, but I could have left it. And then do another. So now I'm saving it. Now watch what happens when I go to my Internet Explorer and I go inside of here. There's that Gallery Doug. There's the Gallery Doug backup. And actually, I can go in here now and delete these guys because they're no longer required. So I hit minimize on there, and now I'm back in here, and we're going to talk more about the actual editing of Worksets. We haven't really got into that. We're still kind of getting into that. So now Doug's in here, and he can work away. If he goes to collaborate, he can go to Worksets, and he can take Workset 1 and check it out. Off he goes. Okay, at the end of the day, he's going to edit this stuff, and then he's going to save and relinquish and save and synchronize all day with the central file. So Doug's been working for a few minutes or so, and he goes into here, he checks his settings, and he says, okay, I want to synchronize, relinquish the following work sets. Yes, hit OK. So now it's going to save and relinquish that stuff. If I go into my work sets, I've given it up. I hit OK. Then I can close it, and it's done. Okay, now here we are. We're in day 3. Doug's still working on the project. He comes in and we say make a new local file. So rather than to just click on this local file, which he could do throughout the day or even for a day or two, but at some point you want to recreate this file. So the first thing we want to do is go in here, check our options, check our name, check our file locations. Okay, hit OK. And now we're going to go back in and say open. And we're going to go grab that central file off the Y drive. Worksets. Okay. Grab it here. And hit open. Create new local. That's the clincher right there. Okay. And now when we go in here, we go save as project, and I'm going to save it as Gallery Doug. That's yesterday's file. Hit OK. The Gallery Doug already exists. If you replace it, you will lose all of its backup versions. Do you want to replace it? Yes. I would have probably taken that file and saved it away somewhere or renamed the folder to create some redundancy or back it up on a server. Now I have technically a new, fresh Doug local file. I have overwritten the backup files of the other one, so I might have wanted to date stamp that folder and call it Doug local and then put the date on it. And we'll just take Doug, and what happens if we just go up here and hit close? Oh, I haven't done anything. It doesn't prompt me to save it or do anything because I haven't checked anything out or done anything. Okay, that's it for Doug for the time being, and we'll just come back and we'll try creating a new local file with Bob as the user, and we'll learn a little bit more about getting our work sets and our local files saved.